Hey, good morning, y'all. So earlier today, not too long ago, I just watched it, but mm, 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 mm. Ooh, child, I need some sunlight. I probably should have went outside first. It's kind of cloudy today though, so it's like not the same. Anyways, okay, so I was watching a lovely tea video on Chrisean being pregnant and Blueface saying that it is not his. And I'm gonna do a reading on it because some things caught my attention. For one, I didn't know that Blueface was out of jail. Got out pretty quickly on a murder charge. He been really quiet as well. I haven't been hearing a lot of information and he also mentioned that they broke up for good, but they didn't make it public, which is also interesting. I feel like he want to be done for real. Like I feel like this has been a real nightmare for his ass. You know what? This reminded me of the Wendell Williams. I still haven't posted, huh? Okay. I post that maybe with this one. I ain't finished that one though, but I'm just gonna give y'all what I have. I'm just gonna get that to y'all because I don't know. I don't really feel like putting energy into it now, but be that as it may. Um, it's still pretty long, probably about an hour long. So, hmm. So, hmm, just this whole situation really doesn't feel right. Um, Chrisean, she's irresponsible. She is irresponsible. And I was a teenage mother and I had came across a lot of teenage mothers. And a lot of these women, even though they was young mothers, they grew pretty quickly and prove a lot of people wrong with some of them. Some of them it's like they was really immature before they got pregnant. Then they got pregnant and it changed them. So I would say the same for me because before I got pregnant, like I was having all types of thoughts, like dropping out of school. um, I feel like at that time I was like a bit unrealistic about life because I wasn't yet grown yet, paying bills and stuff yet. But I had my daughter, and then that really changed my mentality a whole lot. So it also kept me really grounded as well. Um, it was really scary at the time, but after the first trimester, I was really excited about it. So, anywho, so with Krishan, I understand how she feeling, I suppose, but it's other factors to this that just don't feel right. For one, she took the pregnancy test on his birthday. That seems something very purposeful. You couldn't take it the day before, the day after. Why on his birthday? So that kind of let me feel like she already knew. She was already expecting. Okay, so also Blueface said that Chrisean was with 10 dudes. He was very specific with the number. That instantly let me remember my last reading on them, where I was saying that it was like some type of orgy that took place, yada yada yada, because I feel like he feel pretty sure that she been with 10 dudes. Like he witnessed it. And in her response, she said, we broke up not too long ago and I wasn't with nobody. But she didn't deny the 10 people. She did not deny that. So that was interesting. And now I did see the sex tape, and Blueface was not wearing a condom. I can't remember if it was blurred out or not. Like, I can't remember if it was blurred out. Like, I feel like it was in some type of way, but I don't know if I'm just putting that filter there while I'm remembering it, or it was like that. It might have been blurred out or something. I don't know. I think that maybe his penis was blurred out, but her privates and stuff was out in a ways. And you know what? I really felt like she posted that video to show that in some way she wanted to show that she loved him for real by creaming on his dick, okay? um it's true that you get more moist with people that you're really into, but you know, it doesn't explain why you into that person. Could be a whole lot of reasons you into that person, but you're not into them for the right reasons, you know? Um, yeah, but be that as it may, I don't think that he was wearing a condom in that. I don't think he was. Now he might have been pulling out and whatnot. Something really, really, really off about this. Like really off. Um, so she seemed to be feeling pretty sure that the baby is his. Now, I don't remember which reading that was, but I remember mentioning that they don't even need your semen to like make a baby and stuff like that. Like if they just have your DNA now, if Blueface ever nutted in a cup at a doctor office, that baby could be his. If he ever spit in the cup at a doctor office, that baby could be his. If he ever got his blood drawn at a doctor office, that baby could be his. Okay? What I'm saying is that I feel like whatever corporation that they under, you know, because it has to be like a specific corporation, and you know, they want to make sure they continue to make money off of Chrisean and Blueface, utilize them to energy harvest other people because they get a lot of attention. Even if it's negative attention, and because these corporations are in desperation, they're gonna start pushing the people that they have control over. They're gonna start pushing these people even harder. You get what I'm saying? Like making them embarrass themselves on a whole nother level that you ain't never fucking seen before, because they trying desperately to hold on to your attention to get you drawn into the story. Because once they get your attention and get you drawn into the story, then they could control the narrative. They could switch it up, make it what they wanted to make you feel a certain type of way. You know, it ain't gonna work on some people that look at it and know what it is. But if you looking at this situation and you feel sorry for Chrisean, you lost. You lost, and you should go get found. Anywho, so I do feel like they have a favoritism when it comes to Chrisean because she is more willing to do whatever. I feel like Blueface is starting to get to the point that he don't want to sell his soul anymore. That, you know, he about done with this shit. Like he can't do it no more. He getting to that point, or he got to that point. So, but seemingly every time that he try to walk away from this situation, something happens, right? Like the last time he tried to break up with Chrisean, he got set up and went to jail. This time, he getting set up again. And she about to, because, you know, people have a perception that Chrisean is just so obsessed with Blueface, she might not even put him on child support. I guarantee you she would. I guarantee you because, you know, in actuality, she really hate him. They hate each other. So she want him to suffer. She want it. And she feel like he deserve it. He is feeling like he on fucked up, for one. For two, he didn't think that it was going to turn out like this because Chrisean and him knew since the beginning that this is a business partnership. And he kept that in mind during the whole time. I don't think that he ever felt like Chrisean loved him. But he did look at her like, you know what? There was a time in the beginning that he did feel like, I don't know if it was love, but he felt like she was really attached to him. And at that point, he was feeling powerful because he like, look, I got this fine ass girl and she crazy about me and she do anything I tell her to do. But we'll see what he learned later is that all of that was a setup, you know, because Chrisean, she good at what she do. She is. They wanted to get Blueface to a point that he thought that he had more control than he did. Because if you could make the people believe that they have control, that they are the powerful one, not the people who control them, they are more likely to what you call it, lay out the plan. It's another word I was looking for, but I can't find it right now. But um they are more likely to play out the plan in the way that the corporations want them to because the person believes in it. So, you know, they told Chrisean to do what they have to do what she have to do in order to get Blueface to believe that he owned her. They wanted Chrisean to play a part so Blueface could believe that this girl is so crazy about him that she would do anything for him and yada, yada, yada. Now, listen, there are women out here, they fall in love like that. They do. Okay. They fall in love and they start getting the dude tatted on them and they just they real crazy. Like Chrisean, like a lot of times these women be digmatized. Some of them be under spells. Hmm. Yeah. Let's talk about it real quick because these niggas out here, they always seeming like it's always the woman who trying to trap them. But that ain't the truth. Not only do these niggas be out here doing spell work on women, they do it for selfish reasons. Okay, so like there's a difference. Like you would see a woman and she might do spell work on a dude, which I don't recommend nobody to do it. But they do it for different reasons. Sometimes, okay, let's take Chrisean out of this because her reason is completely different than what I'm talking about here. Okay. So now the woman, she could start out being like obsessed and this dude don't want to commit. And she go and she do some type of ritual to make him commit. I don't suggest that you do that because, for one, if the person don't want to commit or be with you, it's a reason for that. Okay? It's a reason for it, and it might just be divine protection. Okay? Trust me when I say this shit. If the person do not want to be with you, they're not giving you the time of day, they're not feeding your soul, don't try to get this person attached to you, because if you do, it ain't gonna work out like how you wanted it, because that person is not your fantasy. you know like you playing out fantasies in your head about who this person should be in your life, which is selfish, and then you try to force them in that position. That's something that you have to heal in yourself, be that as a man. Man, though, no. Man will seek out powerful women and put them on a spell work. Not all the time powerful women, but women that feed their ego, you know? Like let's say that there's a girl, she's very attractive. All the dudes in the hood want her. Dude would go do spell work just so he could brag about having her. Straight like that. Like a lot of times dudes do spell work straight out of their ego. They just want power and control. They just want to have bragging rights. They just want to be able to say that, yo, you see how crazy she over? I got that good D. Like that's why she's so crazy about me. When really it's spell work. Okay. Why they coming up, yo? All right. So all right, so yeah, women, be careful who come you are swallowing. Oh Lord, have mercy. Don't just be out here swallowing anybody come, okay? Please don't do it. All right. Same with dudes with because it's a similar effect if like a dude was giving a girl head and she orgasm and he's still licking. Um, it could have like a similar effect as in when a woman swallow a dude cum. Okay, first of all, a dude that I'm not interested in, a dude that I'm not like deeply connected to, out his sperm will actually disgust me. That's the truth. Like, um, I wouldn't want that. Well, for one, I'm not gonna be having sex with him. For two, just the thought of him coming in my mouth or on my body will make me have some type of reaction. So you have to trust that. I know, okay, for example, you have some women who are sex workers, and for them to even do that type of work, they do have to disassociate from their vagina, okay? Utilize it as a tool. It's not something that they connected to anymore, but they wouldn't be able to do that work if they was connected to it. Get what I'm saying? So just know, if you're dealing with a prostitute, if you're dealing with a sex worker or something like that that is actually having sex with people, I want to even say doing this online, okay? Like, even if you don't have sex with people and you just online nude, you shouldn't, I wouldn't recommend putting yourself in that situation either, okay? Um, I thought about it at one point, ain't gonna lie, but um, I didn't do it. But just from the experience of having unwanted people watching my intimate stuff or whatever, um, I understand what that feel like, you know. It makes you feel like you violated. Just like when these prostitutes have sex with these men, afterwards, every motherfucking time afterwards, they feel violated. So, yeah, you have to be very protective of your sexual energy. I think that would actually make you more attractive to other people in general when you are protective of your sexual energy. Okay. All right. So, what was the point? Oh, swallowing. All right. So, yeah, if you do swallow a dude cum or let them have anal sex with you, it will have a powerful effect on you. Okay. I don't care how strong minded you think you is. So if you are doing that, make sure that you are doing that with somebody that you won't mind being submissive to them. You won't mind letting them have a certain amount of control over you. So there should be somebody that you trust. Okay. Now, if it's somebody that you trust and this person love you, care about you, value you, and you are doing those things with them, it could turn into something else. The energy will alchemize and it will actually be something very powerful. So, if you are with somebody that you trust, you love, you want to be with for a long time, swallowing there come it will create some form of attachment. But if y'all are in a healthy relationship, um, it would be a good thing. It would be a good thing. So be that as it may. Yeah, so the point was that these dudes, they be out here doing shit like that. I'm gonna give another example. Mm. So the last time that I was intimate with my ex-husband, he did something. Mm. He, when he was having sex with me, he started saying something. Um, Something that he ain't never said before. He was saying affirmations like, you gonna submit to me, like you going to do this or whatever. He was doing that. And you know what the fuck I did? Jumped the fuck up and was like, why are you saying that? Like, why are you saying that? Like, and we actually later had like a whole conversation about it. And he apologized. He apologized. Cause I was like, if I was saying that shit to you, just out of the blue, I ain't never said it. But see, this the thing. I understand dirty talk and stuff like that, but um based off of our situation, us being separated and knowing that he wanted a certain amount of control over me, I wasn't okay with it. Okay. If I was in a committed relationship or whatever, like it would have been a different experience. But because of this, that was the last time that we had sex. I was like, bruh, no, I'm not having sex with you no more because like I'm seeing that because also I was getting the energy that this is something that he researched. Um, so he did it purposely. Mm-mm-mm. It didn't work. Actually, did the reverse, okay? Because he lost me in every way at that point. He already lost me in other ways, but at that point, I was like, I'm not having sex with you no more. Period. All right, so yeah, you have to pay attention to shit like that because dudes do be out here trying to trap women. Yes, they do. Trying to get you pregnant because they think that that's going to make you attached to them. See, they selfish with it. They real, well, both parties are selfish when they do shit like that. But man, a lot of times they will do shit like that to a woman that they want to make into like their property. So yeah. So let's go back to the Chrisean shit. Other things that she said that set off an alarm. I don't know though. I'm not gonna say that she would be a bad mother. That would be a really harsh thing to say, you know. But I don't even think that Krishan is good with animals, you know. Just like she's not gentle, she get agitated easily. She don't have the patience. So I could just imagine when the baby crying, and I know that she thinking in the terms of, well, I could get a nanny or something like that. Okay, but hmm, mm-mm. I don't get a good vibe. I'm gonna be truthful. I don't get a good vibe. All right. I don't get a good vibe about her with kids and everything. So yeah. Um, and the way that she conceived this child out of deceit. All right. Because for some reason, you know what? I think Blueface have valid reasons because I think at the end, even before he broke up with her, he stopped having sex with her because he stopped being attracted to her. He stopped trusting her. He seen something that really just turned him off like all the way. So, and he just did not want to. So I got this when I was living at the old place. A subscriber actually got this for me. Thank you. I did hook it up once, but I think I need like a longer green screen. But I'm gonna just use the green screen that you got me or the other one and just hang it on the wall and stuff. But thank you though, because I could see what I could use this for. I'm sure that I'm gonna get some use out of this. So thank you. And if I remember the name, I would say it, but just know I remember you. So thank you. I'm cleaning my nails, y'all. So let's, while I'm doing that, let's continue. I think this was a setup. So the fact that he like stopped being intimate with her and stuff, and I think that the reason why he's not being fully expressive of everything, like it was a part that he said, he admitted that they are business problems, partners, and he's made a comment saying that, yeah, I know that you thought Chrisean was, I'm the only one to her and da da da. And he was like, well, I thought that too. I don't think that's true. I don't think he ever thought Chrisean was all about him. Like, oh, you know what? Yeah. Because he thought he had control over her because she was getting his name tattooed and everything like that. But he learned it turned into a whole a get out moment. I think they went to some type of orgy party or something like that. They went to something and he seen something and he was just like, he was disgusted. I ain't gonna lie. I could even hear him saying, like, yo, I would never want to settle down with a woman like you. And he said that to her. And Chrisean don't care. Chrisean is possessed, y'all. I think that's why her eyes be watering so much. I think she possessed. So she conceived this baby. I don't, it's more than just trapping him. Um, I feel like she resent him. Not just that, she also want to satisfy the corporation. I think that they help her to get pregnant. So she knew that she was going to get pregnant and she knew that she didn't need to have sex with him to do it. But I feel like she really tried. It was hard though, because near the ending, he stopped wanting to be intimate with her. I think she might even got him drunk, yo. Not, it didn't go right. Even with him being drunk, it was like it's hard for him to get his thing up or whatever. But maybe he blacked out or something. And the next day, she started saying things like, you really put it on me last night or something like that. And he was like, we had sex last night. And she was like, yeah, silly, silly. That's what I'm hearing. She like, yeah, silly. And he just confused. He confused as fuck. He don't remember. Mm. So, the thing is, Blueface is young. And when you're young and you are presented with all this money and opportunity, it's hard to turn down, especially when you have a mother like his that is greedy and selfish, clout hungry, vampiric. It's hard for you to make good decisions. Um, and you don't value yourself. So you just start to sell your soul because you think that's what you have to do and you think that it's worth it at the end. But it ain't until you get into it that you see that you are a slave. And I think that Blueface, beyond the surface of him just being a rapper or whatever like that, him just having this really toxic relationship. Deep within him, there's a light, and he desired to be free. He desired to live a different life. To be honest with you, I would not be surprised if in a few years Blueface be a completely different person. Like, not even wearing jewelry no more, living a simple life, getting off all the drugs and alcohol, eating better, taking care of himself, changing up his circle, surrounding himself with better people. But first, he have to go through the belly of the beast. He had to survive it. He has to, because he already on made a lot of bad deals. So hopefully he could get through it. I'm gonna just say that he will get through it. Like, I wish Blueface the best, because regardless of what in the media, I could see his actual light. And there's a reason why they doing so much to keep him down, to keep him under their control. But I think that he is rebelling because he not with that girl. He couldn't do it no more. Could you? Like, really think about it. Like, could y'all deal with Chrisean? Chrisean is a motherfucker that will drive me fucking insane. Like, it's like the most draining shit that you ever been through. That's why Blueface looks so tired. And it's something that happened. I didn't see that, but I was hearing about it. She got kicked out or something. I feel like she was told to do that. The people that's in control of her, they want to maintain a certain type of image. They want her to be toxic, because when she's toxic, she get a whole lot of views and attention and #1 on Twitter or some dumb shit. So yeah. Also, Blueface, I know what he thinking. He thinking about fighting back dirty. I understand. Like, I'm thinking he might be thinking about doing something to cause an abortion or something like that. He thinking about going to a spiritualist or something. But I suggest just focus on your healing and deal with the consequences of your actions. You're just gonna have to deal with it, work through it. And in the future, you make better decisions. And, if you get into balance, the universe will naturally start to protect you. Now, it's more than just me saying it and them doing it, because a person could hear what I'm saying and be like, that's simple. I could start doing that. But it take hard work. It take dedication. It take loss. You will lose a lot. But if you work through it and get through the other side, you will be happy that you took that route. You'll be happy that you made that decision. Also, I suggest that he start to show who he truly is without caring about what people will say about him. Because I do feel like he is surrounded by toxic men who tell him like, man, like, you young, just be fucking hoes and getting money. Like, telling him that Chrisean is a baddie, and that's pretty much all that matters. Just get what you can out of that. People who is trying to convince him that, dude, you are winning. Don't fuck that up. So they telling him like he should continue to sell his soul in order to maintain this fake ass lifestyle. So yeah, you need to remove those type of friends. Um, but when you're in the industry, it's hard. I'm telling you. Those motherfuckers don't have it easy, okay? I'm gonna let you know. All right, for one, entertainers, like let's think about Beyonce. They work 10 times harder than other people than the regular people, when it comes to preparing for the shows, being in the studio, doing these interviews, marketing, advertisement, like they keep you exhausted as an artist. And they do that on purpose. So they overwork these artists to the point that they don't have time to go through a spiritual healing. Time after time, if you ever seen an artist that went through a spiritual ascension, it's because they had to sacrifice in order to make time for that. Or they got so sick, they got so ill that they had to do it. So in that industry, everything is controlled. And it's hard to find good friends. It's hard to find good lovers that you could trust. It's hard to find shit like that. I'm talking about it's hard to find good doctors. It's hard to find people who is not controlled by greed. It's hard to find that. Okay. And a lot of times they are conditioned to not trust a motherfucker like me or something, or just everyday people, like people who don't have a lot of money. They are trained to not trust those type of people because they feel like those people are gonna always try to take advantage or get something out of them, which I understand that is a high possibility. But if you have eyes to see other people lights, um, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about what skin color they are, what class they are in, their status. All you focus on is the light. Now, just because you see a light in somebody doesn't mean that they are a good person. Okay. A lot of light beings are controlled by their mental, by the programming. And if they had got a fucking vaccine, don't trust them right now. Maybe in the future, but right now, be careful with people who got the vaccine. It's it creates a blockage inside of them that it actually takes them back of a lot of steps actually. These people become confused, they become fearful. They so and it's really hard to get through it, like really hard to break through it. It takes more than one session. Um it takes work to get through whatever that vaccine was. It is Ain't no fucking joke. I'm telling you, it really put people to sleep. Like, and it stops them from being aware. It puts them in fear, and it makes them deeply attached to the programming. And this is something that's going to take a while to filter out of them. These people can be easily possessed and taken over. I have seen people who get the vaccine turn into my enemy, just like that. They couldn't see me. They went blind towards me. I seen people who take the vaccine, they became so fearful and ignorant. They no longer believe that their spiritual health was important. They are very 3D. They turn into zombies. They go to sleep. So yeah. And if you got the vaccine, I already know that when you watch my videos, it's certain things that you are missing. Like, you might not be able to hear me well. I have noticed that people can hear me differently. Some people would be like, I can hear you really well. Other people would be like, your mic is too low. So it's a reason for that. And I literally feel like when you hear me talk about situations, a person who took that would miss like whole points. I'm talking about like the whole point. They really would. So it's like they could only understand on the surface. Now I could help them to understand by having a conversation with them, but in order for me to do that, I would have to almost go backwards in order to explain it to make it make sense to them. First, I got to find the blockage. The blockage is some form of programming, something that they still believe in or something like that. I have to find that first, dissect that, and then get into what I was saying. So I know that. But if you are here and you had tucked that, that means that your soul is yearning for more, you know? It's like for a lot of us who didn't take it, the veil has lifted. But for people who did take it, there's a veil still there, but it could be um like a frosted window. You could see shadows on the other side, but you can't see through it clearly. That's how the energy is. Testing. Yeah, so they could see something happening on the other side of the veil, but they just can't reach it because they can't break through that veil. And that might take some time for them to do. If they come across people who are light beings and they didn't get it, these people can spark an awakening in them that will help them break through the veil. But what I have noticed is that because I've seen this veil actually, people who take it, it's like a thin layer over their crown chakra. And I think as you take like boosters, it thickens the layer. Um, I heard that it is self-healing because, I did energy healing on somebody and I was able to break through it. And for like a while, this person was able to be enlightened. But after some time, they went back to sleep and they did not take a booster. I'm hearing that it's self-healing. Like, it's something that if you did get it, you have to be aware of when it's coming back. I feel like the only way to really take it away permanently, either this person have to every few months come back for like another energy healing section, or they will have to learn how to visualize it and break through it on their own. But see, they have to be aware of when it's influencing them. And a lot of times they not. So these people, they will go around talking to other low vibrational people and feeling like they the smartest person out there, or feeling like they the most enlightened. But then they come across a person who didn't take it, and they are light being, and they start to see that they are behind. Multiple things could happen. These people can become extremely envious. They could try to knock your light out because they feel like it's shining too bright. So what they would do is that they would try to dim it. They also get extremely taken over by their ego, by their fears, by their insecurities. And see, a lot of people, instead of working through their insecurities, because they don't want to acknowledge that it's an insecurity, instead of working through it, they will project it. I give my own example. It's a video I made 2 years ago. And there was a time that I felt like any form of peace or happiness cannot exist in this realm. And, you know, I felt like I never truly viewed happiness, like people just being happy and content for a long amount of time. And yes, we are in a war zone, so that makes sense. But, now, even though I have shit that happened to me, but now, um, I can find peace regardless of what's happening to me. At that time, that was hard for me to do. So I came into a new awareness. Has you ever came across a homeless person and they just seem to be so joyful? And you be like, yo, you homeless, but they seem to be like, it don't bother them. Like, not that it don't bother them, that they could still find peace and happiness in the little things. I seen that a few times, and I really changed my perception and changed the way how I create my reality. So yeah, that's something I had to grow into and everything. But see, with the vaccine and everything, it's a different effect, because for one, if during that time when they was really trying to force us into doing it, I'm talking about really bad. But see, if you was spiritually aware then, you would have felt it. You would have felt the energy of like these people playing games. Why they want me to take it so bad? Why they making me feel bad about decisions I'm making for myself? Yada yada yada. And that triggers something in you that strongly disagree with taking it. But if you took it anyways, that was a spiritual test that you failed. So you have to think about that. I came across some people, they seem to be like so motherfucking spiritual, but just with a little bit of pressure, they went and took that shit. They went and took it. I saw them instantly descend into darkness. Instantly, I'm telling you, they went and took it just because, for one, they was living in California, which as soon as they released it in California, they started to release laws like, oh, you can't visit places if you don't have a card. You can't do that. That didn't happen in my reality where I was from. I never went into a store and they told me I need a vaccine card in order to get into it. I never experienced that. But so as soon as they took it, they changed. They changed. They did. I felt it. They became fearful. They couldn't see. I could tell by having conversations with them, and they would say certain things to me, and I realized that they not really following along. They have like they really attached to this 3D. They can't see it. And I find myself starting to say that to them. Like first I'm just conversating, and then I'm like, I'm starting to talking about the shot now. Like, yo, like you won't change, you different. You fearful because of this. Because you don't tuck that thing. It caused a change. I would say this, like it caused a change in your mentality. Because before then, I didn't have such a hard time having a conversation with them. Then it got to a point that it just became extremely hard. And then it got to a point that I felt like I couldn't trust them. So what's the point of saying that? Well, okay, let's go ahead and get into this because I've been taking a minute. So yeah, I think that Chrisean, she got pregnant. Um, she knew that it would stress Blueface out, and I think that she wanted to, but she also want to keep control of him. See, this whole time he thought he had control of her, but she actually had control of him. And this corporation be really hooking Chrisean up because she is more willing to go along with the plan, and it's Blueface who being rebellious. So they trying to whoop him into shape through Chrisean. And her possessed dumbass is just all open to do it. She see he got caught up with a real demon. I'm not saying that Chrisean was almost always a demon, but she definitely is now. And yeah, but it was something else that was said. She said that after he made his comments, she tried to guilt trip him. Don't be the first person to hurt me. But he's speaking his truth though. Like, and he watered it down. He watered that shit down. I'ma be real. Then she gonna say something like, you should have waited until we took a DNA test, and when it come out that you are the father, people gonna see how evil you are. So she already got plans with this. She got plans of making him look like he evil because the corporation, they know how to create a baby without him nutting in her. That shit sad, but you gotta be careful, yo. Because Blueface, he got some type of intuitive abilities. So he felt something wrong, but he was blinded by the money, by the fame, the clout. So he just went along with it. Now he in too deep. But it don't matter how deep you are in it. You can always turn your ass around and get the fuck out of it. You just have to change your mentality, change the way that you view things, get to know who you truly are, start your spiritual journey, and stop being so afraid, okay? Because these people really, they can't touch you. Okay, see, this the thing. Um, the amount of protection that you have spiritually is based off of where you are at spiritually. So if you somebody that is still attached to a lot of toxicity, then the universe will create situations to help you burn away out it. But see, the situations have duality. So depending on how you handle the situation, it could either ascend you or descend you. But it's up to you because you have free will. But it's all in your choices, you know? And because he already gave so much of himself away, when he first rebel, he will lose money, lose deals. They will start to take things away from him. He has to be strong enough spiritually to let that shit go. Stop trying to hold on to it so hard. People will like you better being yourself. And whatever money you gain out of being yourself, it might not be as much as being a fake ass motherfucker, but it's going to be money that you're going to be proud of. It's going to be money that give you peace of mind. It's going to be a situation that you can actually smile and be happy and don't have to worry about every fucking thing. But I do feel like he has to move smart. Don't tell nobody your fucking business. See, he in a situation like that, like when you in the industry, you can't really tell people anything because they always trying to set you up because they want to be able. See, the record companies, they learned how to do it like this a long time ago. Um, yeah, a long time ago to keep control of their artists because there was a time that the label companies they would sign artists and the artists would just leave or whatever or screw over the record company or which it wasn't really because it's like, okay, I know that you helping me get out and stuff like that, but you don't have ownership of my light. I should be able to do what I want with that. But instead of the companies being like, okay, let's just be good to this person, give them a good contract. So when they go out searching for other, they gonna come back because why? Because they know that this company is gonna treat them well. This company is gonna have their back. They might get more money at that other company, but wait it out a little bit and they will see how deceitful they are, how draining they are. So instead of doing shit like that, nah, what they did was They started to find ways to manipulate and to control the artists, set them up, put them in fucked up situations so that they could be the savior. All right, so what's truly on Chrisean's mind about this pregnancy? She been planning this and she been wanting this actually. I don't think that it was Blueface who convinced Chrisean to have an abortion. I think that it was actually the company. But she let Blueface think that it was him. But they actually wanted her to do it. They even promised her, if you don't have this baby now, we promise you that we will give you a baby in the future. Not just that, they collected those remains. That's another reason why they wanted to do it, because they started to think about they started to think about what they can do with that DNA. How do Chrisean feel about his pregnancy? She feel like she being rewarded. Chrisean is very broken, y'all. She feel like she being rewarded. Like she worked for this. Like she worked hard for this. But you know, Chrisean has a tortured mind. If you was living in her head for like an hour, you probably would go fucking crazy. For real. She had very negative thoughts. She feel insane sometimes. Like she feel like she going crazy sometimes. With this card, I don't want them to know how much I want this. Yeah, this is pointing out the fact that she been plotting this for a minute. And she been keeping secrets from Blueface about this whole setup. Because she always knew that it was in her back pocket. She knew that this was always possible. Wow, bitch. That's why she is saying certain things. Like she's saying, like, hearing two heartbeats. She's saying that she want twins or triplets. She might just be able to get that. They might just give that to her. Yeah, that might just happen. That's why she's saying it. Like she's trying to get people prepared for this because she already know because that's what she asked for. But honestly, now that I said it, they might make her do something else. That do happen. Spiritual people, tarot readers and stuff, they will say something they would predict something or pick up on something. And what they would do is to make that reader look like a liar or something like that, or like they intuition off or something. What they would do is switch it up a little bit so it don't come out exactly how the reader said. They will do shit like that. So they might make her get rid of one of the babies because somebody picked up on the fact that somebody picked up on the scheme. So with this card, I'm feeling charitable today. I come with gifts. She feel like she is being gifted for all her hard work. It's because the reason why Chrisean was possessed so easily and is taken so well is because of how broken she is and how broken they broke her. Um, I do feel like the abortions traumatized her a whole lot. Like, I think she cried a whole lot. I think that really did break her heart. And to sue her, they told her, like, look, we can make you pregnant at any time. Because I'm also feeling like she was worried about not being able to get pregnant in the future from like all the abortions. And they was trying to give her peace of mind by letting her know, like, we got you. We could get you pregnant at any time. Shit, I don't even think that you need a fucking uterus, bitch. I'm like, look, we have our ways. Anytime that it's time for you to get pregnant, which is when they say that you can, we will get you pregnant with no problem. This is a hot mess. All right, let's get how Blueface feel about this. Mm, I do Blueface. He really in his head about it, but he's analytical about it. He really trying to put the pieces together. He thinking about that night too. Did it start recording? Something happened. I don't know. I read it in case my screen went blurry because it could be like the internet or something. They trust me because I'm assertive and my judgment is usually accurate. I need to make a plan first and I will follow through. So this is the King of Swords. So he is thinking like, what the fuck is going on? How the fuck she get pregnant? Ooh. He thinking about it, putting pieces together, analyzing a situation. He get into his conspiracy bag too. He's scared. First card that came out is, do I deserve this? Did I lose sight of my purpose? It actually came out like this, but something told me to reverse it. But with it upright, I deserve to have some fun with the people I love. Let's plan a celebration. I feel like that's relevant too, because also the temperance card came out. So right now, actually, Blueface is trying to balance himself. I'm adjusting to change. I have grown spiritually and love coexisting in peace with others. After Blueface got out of jail, something really switched in him that he was like, yo, I can't do this no more. Like, I can't take it no more. I think he actually cried. So he actually been celebrating breaking free. Cause every time, and that's what he thinking about too, like every time that he break free from this and he feel good about it, here goes some bullshit. And he know that it's not just Chrisean. He know that other people are behind it. I looked over. I know I'm being deceptive, but it's the only way for me to gain control. mm. He know this is some fuck shit. He know. Go ahead and take that one. I'm afraid to stand up for what I believe in. I feel like a coward. Yeah, it's actually eating him up to not say everything. I will loosen my grip. I feel like with this card, he feeling like Blueface is really tapping into his spirit, to be real. Like, he feeling like, you know what, it is what it is, man. Like, I'm just tired. I got 8 months of freedom. Cause he already know when that baby come, it's gonna be hell. I have been so obsessed with you that I forgot my worth. I forgot that I have other options. I don't think that he was obsessed with Chrisean, but he was obsessed with the fame. He was obsessed with the opportunities. He was obsessed with the money. But he thinking differently now. He thinking about other ways that he can do things, other ways that he can make money, even if he don't make a whole lot. He really ready to let go. And I think that's why they now is telling Chrisean that she could get pregnant because they still trying to keep him trapped. Because every time he break away, they do something to him. See, after that came out, they are viable. Yeah, TV on. They are viable. I want them on my team. They want Blueface. They feeding off of his light. All right, let's get the situation card. That deck that I was just showing y'all, that's my deck that I created. If you look in the description under make player card, you can purchase your deck if you so choose to. All right, give me some more insight about this, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. He plan on being cold. He is feeling like, look at this. He getting to a point that he don't give a fuck. Like, he getting to a point that it ain't nothing that you could do to make me come back. It ain't nothing that you could do to make me go back to that prison. He feel like it's a prison. So he plan on not talking to her, keeping her blocked, keeping her at a distance, even if she pregnant. He mean what the fuck he said when he was like, look, he ain't believing shit until he take the DNA test. I'm telling you, that baby just might be yours. Oh, I told you, Blueface, he in the process of ascending. And that's why they doing this shit to him now. Cause they trying to stop this. Blueface, look, keep going. I think he determined. Like, keep going up these fucking stairs. Do not look back. Do not look back. Keep going, and spirit will show you how you can ascend up out of this situation. And don't do no evil shit. Don't like try to create like a pregnancy, a miscarriage or something. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do anything that later you will feel guilty about it. Don't stoop to their level. Always be above it. So I picked up the card off the floor. So something about the internet. Get some clarity on that. At first, um, I was saying that, I was thinking, but that wasn't my intuition. I was just thinking that, um, that maybe he need to stop communicating on social media, but no. My intuition is saying that he need to start speaking the motherfucking truth. Okay? Some people ain't gonna like it. Some people ain't gonna believe you. He might even need to write a book. um, but I feel like he really got a very interesting story that even if people are not for it in the beginning, it will age well. He need to speak his mind and speak his truth and stop living in fear. And because the internet is such a powerful tool to him, that he should do it on the internet to release himself from these anchors that they trying to put on him. So they trying to weigh him down. So he need to start acting like people are fucking with you. Okay? See, when these people do this undercover type shit, looking over at those cars. What they try to do is they try to get you to shut the fuck up, not say anything, be quiet, go ghost. They want you to disappear, right? No. Okay. Now let's go with the Tad Bunny, I guess, because that's the first thing came to my mind. And that dude who escaped, he did whatever the fuck he had to do to escape. Okay. He ran down the street butt ass naked to escape from that motherfucker. And he screamed and he hollered and he told people what the fuck was going on. So when you are a victim, you better stop. You better start acting like it. Cause he is a victim to some shit. He is a victim to some shit. So I looked over and seen Forbidden Love, but it was in reverse. Scare, Panic, reverse. Family, reverse. And they go that obsession again. With these coming out in reverse, I feel like these are things that Blueface is trying to cut out. Like he trying to not fall into fear and panic. I think that he is learning how to balance himself. Blueface is learning and he's ascending. I think he watching my videos too, y'all. Um, so he learning how to balance himself, how to not let these type of emotions control him and take him over. He letting go of toxic family members and friends. And he letting go of allowing people to dictate his love life. What is Chrisean plans? And what is Chrisean plans? And then I'm gonna wrap it up. In case it was blurry or something, to say drastic, extreme, harsh cutoff. If Blueface don't want to be with her, she gonna try to destroy him. Mm. And look what came out behind that. Not only is she gonna try to destroy him, but she gonna also try to take him for what she gonna try to drain his resources. Yeah, she is trying to trap him, but in a different type of way. Like it's not just it wasn't about the child support. Cause we know that Chrisean, she do make her own money and everything. Um, I feel like it's more about contracts. And that's why I feel like she want to have control over the contracts. She know that he carried the light, so she feeds off of his light in order to manifest out of it. So she actually want to be close to him in a manner that she want to continue to have sex with him. She want to continue to live with him, be around him, because mm, she also want to destroy any relationship that he get in the future. She gonna be very dramatic, but he got this. If he keep on ascending, like spirit is gonna show him how to get rid of this motherfucking demon. Okay, you just gotta have faith. Faith. Yeah. Anyways, he will also get blessings if he also help other people. First, help yourself, like work on yourself. But if he was to stop other people for making these same mistakes, he will get blessed for that. And it could be something real small right now, like if you're around somebody and you know that they have a light, once you could see the light, um, if you just put them on game, let them decide on their own, but tell them the truth. Like, look, if you get into this industry, they will do this, they will do that, they will hold this over you, they will try to take your soul from you. It could be short, it could be sweet, just honest, truthful, to the point. And that will actually bless you a lot if you are able to. And if you're not ready for that yet, like you still building up to be like that, which I think that he is like that. Like Blueface, y'all don't know him. Like whatever he be putting out in the public is not who he really is on the inside. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I have faith in him. Also, if you in an environment that it was actually be dangerous, if you warn somebody, just don't participate in getting them to sell their soul, because sometimes they would use the artists to do that. Like they would take one artist to go put a bug in the ear of this other artist to make them act or do something. Um, don't play in those games. Like, don't do that. Don't allow them to make you do that. If you know that you're giving somebody the wrong advice, don't do it. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching the reading. Please like, share, and subscribe. And also, I moved into my new place. So I'm still furnishing and everything. So if you want to get me a housewarming gift, I do have a link in the description, Amazon wish list, and I would be very thankful. Okay? Stay blessed, y'all.